Hey guys, Auspicious Aussie here, and welcome to episode 4 of the Arsenal series here on FM20. Now, today's episode, as you can see, we are in the North London Derby, taking on Tottenham. However, we find ourselves in a pretty bad situation in the league. As you can see, we're all the way down in 10th at the moment, and that's after 16 games. Now, a win today against Tottenham will actually put us back into about 7th place, above Sheffield United there. So, we're not exactly out of the running for the top 4, but our other game for the episode is Watford, which I would say is definitely a winnable game, right? Of course, it's Watford. At home, we should be beating them. However, after that, if I go into our fixtures here, we've got a pretty interesting run of games. We've got Chelsea away, got Liverpool at home, and then we've also got Manchester City at home. So those 3 games there are going to be played off camera, as we're just doing Tottenham and Watford for today. And of course, we've already done a Liverpool live com this season anyway, so that's going to be pretty interesting, I would say. Yeah, we might do this Chelsea game down here, the Chelsea and Brighton games, because then we can finish off the transfer window down there for next episode as well. Anyway, let me, we're already in the fixtures there. Let me go over the recent fixtures since the last episode. As you can see, we have played quite a few games since the last one. Of course, the disappointing, well, first of all, we probably not so disappointing was the 2-1 loss to Liverpool. However, the 4-1 loss against Norwich, despite how well they were doing at that time, was pretty frustrating. Now, I did think that we would bounce back, and we pretty much did that against Bate Borisov with a 3-0 victory. David Luiz with a penalty, and then we had Lacazette and Xhaka getting the other 2 goals for us in that one. We then managed to beat Newcastle the game after. It was a pretty clutch victory, as you can see here. Nicola Pepe getting a penalty, which he put away in the 74th minute. We then actually smashed West Ham United with a 5-1 victory away from home. As you can see, Pepe with a brace for himself. Aubameyang had 2 goals in 2 minutes. And then finally Lacazette finishing off our 5 goals. And at this time, I was kind of thinking, okay, we're sort of getting back on track. And then I came crashing back down to earth. The next game, we lost 2-1 at home against Bournemouth. Now, no disrespect to Bournemouth, but I think they were like 12th or 13th. And I was kind of expecting a victory. As you can see, we had a few bad performers, Quintilla and Chambers, both of our fullbacks. And some of our attacking players didn't really do too much in Pepe and Lacazette as well. As you can see, Aubameyang getting our goal. However, Falk and Fraser got on the score sheet. And we were essentially just fighting back the whole game. I think we almost got an equaliser pretty late on. But, we didn't manage to score. And it was a really disappointing defeat. Now, the next game was another loss, 1-0 against Sheffield United. And, of course, this one was pretty frustrating because I really wanted to try and get some revenge from that earlier EFL Cup game against Sheffield United that we lost. But we lost this one as well. Lundstram, just after half-time, I think. I think it was about 40 seconds after half-time into the second half, and they got the goal. And I was pretty pissed off. As you can see, we did... Actually, I don't think we made any subs. I kind of wanted to see if these guys could score, and they couldn't. And I was frustrated. Anyway, the next game actually made me even more frustrated because this one was another home game against Leicester, and we lost this one 3-2. And as you can see, we conceded in the first minute of the game. It was the first 35 seconds or something like that, and Prayet getting on the score sheet. We then got a goal back through Orba in the 28th minute before Jamie Vardy put them 2-1 up. We then went into the second half, managed to get Reece Nelson scoring a nice early goal for us, which was beneficial. And of course, the score was then 2-2. And then, unfortunately for us again, Harvey Barnes for Leicester getting them the winning goal. and putting some pressure on us to really try and get some points out of the next like 5 games, which are going to be pretty tough. Anyway, the final game that we did play was a 2-1 victory over Feyenoord in I think it was the last Europa League group stage game. And as you can see, we only just managed to get the victory here as well. So Aubameyang managed to open the scoring. Jorgensen got one back for Feyenoord. And then Saka in the 91st minute getting us the winner there. And essentially, I think did that put us top of the group? No, it did not. We are tied top of the group though, but we're going to go through in that second position. So it doesn't really matter, honestly. I think we verse some of the Champions League opponents that dropped down from third in the Champions League. So I'm not really too worried about that, honestly. I mean, there'll probably be a few good teams that we might want to avoid until later in the competition, but either way, it's the Europa League. I don't really take it too seriously. We really need to be focusing on turning around this bad run of form. 3 Premier League games without a point it's kind of unacceptable. Anyway, let's get into the lineup for this North London derby. We're going to try and go pretty much as full strength as possible. So we got Leno in goals, Bellerin at right back, Holding and David Luiz are going to be starting. Yeah, I don't really want to talk about our boy Mustafi. He's been pretty error prone recently, so we're gonna leave him out. He's kind of been reflective of what he is in real life. I mean, David Luiz also prone to an error here and there, but he's actually been relatively solid for us. On the game, his stats are pretty incredible, to be fair. And yeah, left back, we're going to go with Tierney. The midfield trio, unfortunately, Xhaka is fatigued, so he's going to miss out. He might come off the bench. But we're going to go with Torreira, Guendouzi, and Maitland-Niles. And of course, our front three, Aubameyang on the left, Pepe on the right, and Laka through the middle. The bench day is going to be Martinez, Chambers, Kolasinac, Xhaka, Willock, Nelson, and Martinelli. Alright, so it's such an important game, and Tottenham are actually coming first. So it would be even better if we managed to beat them here. I'm going to tell the boys that I expect them to win. It's probably going to backfire, but you know what? At this point, I've kind of been telling them to, play their natural game over the last 3 games, and it kind of looks like their natural game isn't really working for them. Anyway, Bellerin with a very, very tame effort. That's actually going to be counted as a shot on target. Anyway, ooh, Pepe, ooh. Gazaniga, I think he palmed that onto the post. The Pepe free kick. And now Tottenham are coming forward. And as you'd expect, their first highlight leads to a goal. Son getting the goal there from Ndombele. I think it was a cross from him. And yeah, we're even in a worse position than we were before the game started. If that's possible. And we've just conceded a second goal. So things are really, really bad at the moment. I feel like we might need to change the tactic. I think we might need to go for either a more attacking tactic or a more defensive tactic. Either one. I'm not sure. I kind of want to play... I'm not sure if I want to do 5 at the back, like 3 centre-backs with wing-backs, or if I want to do like wing-backs, 2 centre-backs, wing-backs, and then a defensive mid. We've lost the ball again. Dele Alli coming forward. He did score that second goal. Now Son with a cross, and that's a good save by Leno. Yeah, I don't know what to do. We're 2-0 down, and I feel like it's going to be pretty hard to sort of come back from this. I'm a little bit worried. I mean, if we concede as we go into the half here, it's all but over. Come on, boys. Stay strong. Oh, and they've got a third. Son again. I mean, 3-0 down. I mean, the game's over. The game is over. Yeah. I mean, I feel like our defense, it's just not up to scratch. If I'm being honest, it's either the tactic or it's the actual defenders themselves. I can't even blame Mustafi for this one. Obviously, Tottenham, they're a good side. I can't really knock that. Just unfortunate. I mean, my job should be coming under a bit of threat now as well, considering we're going to be, I think, 11th with this loss. And like I said, we got Chelsea, City, and Liverpool coming up. I pretty much have to win this Watford game in this episode. Otherwise, without a win there, oh, we've given away a penalty as well. Oh my god, Guendouzi. Alright, looks like it's going to be 4-0. May as well make some subs. Let's get Reece Nelson on for Orba. Let's get Martinelli on for Pepe as well. And then finally, let's get Willock on for... we'll get Willock on for Maitland-Niles, I guess. He's kind of been the less performing of the two there. And there we go, 4-0 down. And, yeah, the board's not going to like this loss. I don't like this loss, personally. Obviously, Tottenham, they're doing really well this season. They're coming first. I think they're like 5 points clear. I may as well take Tierney off there. Game's already over. We may as well just play with 10 men, see what happens. Yeah. I mean, Lacazette on a 6.4 as well. Not really going to, do too much with a player that's on 4.2. No disrespect to Lacazette, but he hasn't really performed too well. Even, we left him out of the side for most of the season. Maybe I should go back to that and just go with Orba up front. I mean, luckily we don't concede a fifth there. But, I mean, it wouldn't really matter. 4-0, 5-0. It's shambles, to be honest. And something needs to turn around with our season. Otherwise, we probably will get the sack. So, I really don't want that to happen. I really wanted to have a nice long-term series here with Arsenal. I do like a good challenge, though. And I feel like this is... It's relatively challenging for me at the moment, as you can probably tell. Anyway, we had 7 shots on target, but no goals. Interesting. I think I'm going to look at the tactic, and we're going to possibly change to a different tactic. Like I said, I'll sort of make a decision on what I want to go with. We might even have to bring Ozil back in. He's still in the team. He's just transfer listed, and we haven't used him at all. We might even go with an attacking midfielder. I'm not sure. AMC. Either way, I'll join you back for the Watford game. And as you can see, we're currently at an E for our manager performance. So we are literally on the verge of being sacked. And we've got these 3 games after the episode. Ooh, it's going to be interesting. Anyway, I'll join you back for the Watford game. Alright, so here we go. We're going to be taking on Watford. I have changed the tactic. It's exactly the same, but obviously different roles and different mentality as well. It is balanced mentality, but it does kind of focus on possession as well, which I feel like is something we want to do. And of course, it's also fairly structured in regards to the fluidity as well. As you can see, the intensity it's a little bit higher than what we had it at, but it's obviously not going to strain the players too badly to where they're not going to be able to play another game close up. And, we got these games coming up really thick and fast as we're sort of into the Christmas New Year's period, which is obviously very heavily fixtured in England, of course. Anyway, starting lineup, Leno in goals, Bellerin at right back, Holding and Mustafi are going to be the centre-backs. Quintilla's going to come back in, as we're going to be playing a complete wing-back on the left-hand side of our defence. Deep line playmaker now for Torreira. Advanced playmaker, attack for Xhaka. Guendouzi's going to stay as the box-to-box midfielder. Going to play Pepe as a winger. Aubameyang is still going to be an inside forward, attacking there on the left. And then we're going to go with an advanced forward in Lacazette up front. The bench day is going to be Martinez, Chambers, Tierney, Maitland-Niles, Willock, Nelson, and Martinelli. So I didn't actually get anything from the board as of yet. So I didn't get any sort of warning. And the grade went from an E to a D. So somehow it got better over the space of the 8 days between games. I feel like if we lose here against last place Watford, I deserve to get sacked, and I don't think we'll be able to get out of the hole. Pepe's taking a knock. I'll take him off. I'll take him. Do I take him off? We'll take him off for Reece Nelson. I feel like this tactic actually does suit Reece Nelson a little bit more, because he is actually a natural winger on the right-hand side. Whereas it doesn't really suit Pepe. Pepe is more of an inverted winger, inside forward type player. But Nelson is an out-and-out winger. So I think it's going to benefit him. We've got Aubameyang, and he heads it over there, unfortunately. But this tactic is supposed to be a little bit better defensively. So we're going to have to wait and see on that one. You know, if we can try and keep clean sheets going into these tough games, we should be okay. Unfortunately, Mustafi with a header over there. Looks like we're not getting a lot of shots on target. We've only had, well, we had one, and then we just got a second one just before the stroke of half-time. I might demand a bit more from the boys. Just want them to press on. You know, we've got a few players lacking behind a little bit with their match ratings so far. Watford with a highlight here. Holding clears it away. They will get the ball back, though, in Watford. Janmat, Messina, they go all the way back to the goalkeeper. And hopefully, we'll be able to win the ball back here at some stage. And we do. Guendouzi with a nice tackle. Lacazette. And it's saved there easily by Gomez. I don't know about Lacazette, man. I don't know about him. I feel like he's almost preventing Orba from being our out-and-out striker and scoring us some goals. I mean, that's actually a pretty good free kick to give away there by Quintilla. Come on, boys. I'm going to push him forward in a second. We'll see how this highlight plays out. It looks like it might be a Watford highlight. Janmat to Hughes. Janmat all the way back. I mean, they're playing with the ball nicely. Yeah, but we're struggling to find the breakthrough against Watford, and they could be getting a goal here. Or we could be counter-attacking, actually. Orba goes back to Torreira. Xhaka. Long ball up to Quintilla. Of course, he's now playing a complete wing-backer on attack, so he should be getting forward quite a bit. Guendouzi, Orba, back to Torreira, Lacazette, and he finds the breakthrough, finally. Lacazette with his 7th goal of the season. I think Orba has 13 or 14, something like that. Probably should have checked before the game, but we're 1-0 up. So far, so good. Let's take Orba off for Martinelli there as well. And then I think we'll leave it at that. I don't want to go too crazy. Because obviously we're only 1-0 up. And a draw here as we see these final few minutes out. There we go, full time. We get the 1-0 victory. And I feel like my job is saved for another day. Okay, well done, lads. I mean, it's good enough. At least we kept a clean sheet. But I guess the real test... Ooh, Pepe is going to be out for a week. And we actually caused Pearson to be sacked by Watford. Let's have a look at the table, because that will bump us up a little bit. So we're back up to 9th. I think we were in 12th. Maybe, were we 12th or 13th? It was something really bad like that. And now we're actually back up to 9th. So that's not too bad. One more win, and we'll kind of be in the top 6 as long as the other teams sort of lose their games. So we're still at a D for the manager performance, which I'm worried about severely. But obviously, I've got to do something. We've got to try and at least win these 2 home games. And that's asking a lot. Liverpool, Man City. I mean, I feel like we need 2 wins out of 3 here to keep our job. And that's going to be tough. At least Chelsea's goalkeeper looks like he's probably not going to play. And of course, I mentioned Ozil just before. And he actually broke his foot in training. So, yeah, we're not going to be using him as an advanced playmaker now. It is what it is. Didn't really want to play him anyway. Haven't played him all season. So, yeah. Anyway, it's a good win. It's a good way to end off the episode. And hopefully, I'll be joining you back for another episode. Otherwise, we've probably gotten sacked. So, yeah. Make sure you smash a like. I mean, I'm really worried about this series possibly coming to an end already. And I've actually been enjoying it quite a lot, as you can probably tell. Yeah. I'm a little bit nervous. Let's just say that. Anyway, make sure you subscribe to the channel as well, guys. And of course, don't forget to turn on the notification bell. And apart from that, as always, take it easy and goodbye.